Hello, welcome back. Today's video is going to be fairly short again, and if you're wondering where I am, not that you necessarily care, but I'm in Tunisia. There's boiling, as you can probably tell by my face. If there's any background noise, just because we're moving stuff around in our house here. But yeah, so basically the video that I wanted to make is going to be about leveraging as much of your reputation online and in person, and kind of basically intertwining them to create a system where you just consistently have your reputation that is good, hopefully, be shown forward, right? So I'm going to split this video into 3 sections, which is number 1, what to do if your reputation is close to perfect, right? Of course, a reputation is never perfect, but it can be close to perfect. 2, what to do if you want to improve your reputation, but it's quite good, but you just want to get more out there. And number 3, what to do if your reputation is bad, but obviously it can be fixed, right? Because if your reputation is bad because your service is terrible, and every time a patient walks in, you swear at them and tell them that their nan is ugly, then there's not much I can do, right? There's not much you can do to improve that other than getting rid of what is kind of destroying your reputation. So basically, if you don't know who I am, I'm Fedi Lekamus. I'm on a mission to work with as many dental practices and dentists as possible, because in turn, I want to work with as many patients as possible, right? I'm not a dentist, I can't work with them, but if I can work with dentists directly and then help them get more patients, kind of fulfills my mission. And the reason for that is basically just because my best friend, Collier, got his life changed completely after he got a few orthodontic treatments and such, and yeah, just motivates me basically. You should have seen the guy beforehand, you should see him now. So, going on with the video, part 1, as I said, was leveraging your reputation if it's close to perfect, and kind of intertwining both online and offline. So what you kind of do here, and the principle of it is, if you're ever at this stage, if I were you, I'd start doing loads and loads of internal marketing to slowly only rely on word of mouth and have yourself fully booked from word of mouth and everything like that, rather than doing online advertising. But the first stage that you do need to do is make sure you have an online presence. So what that basically means is, do you have a Google My Business page? And do you also have a way to speak to patients right outside of the practice itself? That could literally be email, text messages, or on Facebook or on Instagram or anything like that. If you ever just post updates and things like that. I'm not a big fan personally of posting loads of stuff on Facebook and Instagram for dental practices, other than updates, a few testimonials and such, and events and things like that, not ads themselves, but I'll explain that in a different video. But basically, once you have that, the whole system is going to be split into 4, as you can see. So 3, sorry, my head, and then left, and then right. So what you want to be thinking of is, this is your service, right? The whole part in the middle is your service, okay? And then on my right, but on your left, this is what's going to be kind of shown to people, and this is who the people are, right? So the point is, your service and all, if that's close to perfect, that's fine. Then you can go on to the next stage, which is who to show it to, okay? Because if you look right on Google, when you search up, let's say plumber, right? I'm going to use the example of a plumber. If you look up a plumber near you, what you're going to get usually is like a list on Google Maps of the different plumbers, different locations, and obviously you have the reviews, right? So you have to understand that your audience in this section is literally everyone that's looking for a dentist in your area. Literally every single person. Every single person that's looking for a dentist in your local area, right? Even your city, to be honest, not just your local area, they're going to be in this section. So it's a really big audience. And that's why coming onto this part and then the service, it needs to be quite good, right? The service needs to be strong, but also what you're doing, the medium of reaching to them, that's also extremely important. So what usually I would do on here is making sure that the way you get to people is both internal and then external, as in when they're in the practice and then when they're out of the practice. So for when they're in the practice, what you want to do is give them a thank you leaflet, right? Or if you have a little system, like a reward system, if that makes sense, like a loyalty system. I'm a huge fan of loyalty systems for anything really. Then you give them that, right? You build loyalty around their opinion, because the more they express their positive opinions about you, the better they're going to be rewarded, okay? And then external would be sending them a text message saying, hey, Paul, really appreciate you coming into the practice today, Paul. I hope, you're feeling better after some of the treatments we did for you. Remember, don't eat anything for another hour or so, blah, 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 whatever, treatment Paul's done. And then what you do is you send him a little link and you tell him, Paul, literally only this review will take you 20 seconds. You don't even have to make a comment. Just leave us a little review on Google. It helps us so much, and we'll have a little surprise for you when you come back in. And that way, what you've done is you've made sure that every person that's had a positive experience is leaving a Google review. And I'm not going to talk about all the benefits of Google reviews and, basically how great they are. But the point of them is the more you have and the better those reviews are, the higher you'll rank on Google Maps and the higher you'll rank in Google in general. So you can scrap SEO basically. Your best SEO is your reviews, it's your testimonials. Okay, so that's the first part. Right, the first part is making sure that your service is good. Your audience, which as we've established are huge, right? And then the medium of getting to this audience would be from asking current audiences to leave reviews or to have testimonials.